lesson. So you may start recording. Thank you very much. So good morning, everyone. I hope you all had a great weekend. And we are going to start today's lesson. In today's agenda, we have a recap of the syllable structure and the lexical stress. But first, we are going to start with a little game. So I need some help to read the words. To read the words that are there. Can anybody figure out what does it say?
Avengers Endgame.
Endgame.
Adventures Endgame. Let's see.
Avengers Endgame.
You were correct.
Cool.
Thank you very much. That was the movie. All of these words, by the way, are going to be movies or a series. So this is the second one.
American Horror Story Murder House.
Excellent. You are correct. It was American Horror Story Murder House. And this is the third one. It's a little more complicated.
The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King.
Excellent. It was indeed The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King. I'm sorry, I already showed you the answer. But anyways, can somebody tell me what does it say?
The Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Exactly. It was the Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. That's a very long title, isn't it?
Yes.
Then this is the next one.
Harry Potter and the
Harry Potter.
Yes. And
Chamber of Secrets.
Let's see. It was indeed.
The Chamber of Secrets.
Excellent. It was Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, or Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, or wherever you want to name his name.
In Cambridge, in British English, it's Harry Potter.
Harry Potter. Or Harry Potter also can be. I think in American English it's like Harry, like it's with a different E at the beginning. But yeah, the final sound of the last name is, it can be Potter or Potter or Potter, something like that. You know how it works. And this is the final one.
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
So, yes. Charlie.
Oh, I saw this movie.
And how was it? Did you like it?
Yeah, I love this movie. And when I was a kid, I read this book.
For school? Or
yeah,
just
in the school. In school.
Right.
I read this book.
Right.
It's beautiful.
Thank you very much. So now we have the word chocolate, which was from the last movie we saw. And how many syllables does the word chocolate have? Sorry.
2.
How many syllables? 2. That's correct. It is divided into 2 syllables, choc and let. Now, can you remember what was the structure of the syllables? Maybe this is a little, it's just for you to remember, because I know you know. A syllable, remember we said that had some parts. More specifically, it had certain sounds. Do you remember what those sounds were?
The structure of a syllable?
Yes, the structure.
Like the onset, the nucleus, and the coda?
Yes. In this case, for instance, every single part of those correspond to a sound, right? And
yes.
and we have consonant sounds and vowel sounds. In this case, we have a CBC structure because we have an onset, which is this. I don't know if you wait a second. I don't think you can see my. Here it is. You have an onset, which belongs to this phoneme. Then you have the nucleus or the peak, and then you have the coda, right? And in this case,
Right.
both syllables are the same in terms of its structure. We also have that both syllables are closed and that both syllables are light. But I'm not going to stop here because we are going to see those concepts again, just to make them more fresh in your mind. So the second word we have is secrets. In this case, how many syllables do we have?
Oh, sorry. Could you back the back? Could you back the other slide, please? Thank
This
you.
one?
Thank you. Yes, thank you.
If you, I can send you the presentation. You can write maybe your email address in the chat, so I can send you the presentation later in case you want to take notes. Because we have to move on. I'm sorry. So the second word is secrets. How many syllables do we have in this word?
2 syllables.
2 syllables as well. And in this case, how is the structure of each syllable? Are they like the previous syllables?
No,
Why not?
they don't have the CVC structure.
They don't have the CVC structure. And which structure do they have?
The first one, it's CV only. It has a consonant and a vowel.
Okay.
And the other one is consonant, consonant, vowel, consonant, consonant. I think.
Perfect. You were correct, Ignacio. The first syllable, it has a CV structure, and the second one is a C, C, V, C, C structure. And in this case, we can say that the first syllable is open and heavy, and the second one is closed and heavy. So now, just to remember, we are going to see the structure of the syllable again. And as we know, the syllable has a hierarchical structure more than a linear one. This means that it's not something that it's like in a line, but it has different like layers, or it has an order. We can say that the syllable, it can be represented by the Greek letter sigma, which was like this. I am awful. I'm an awful drawer. And this symbol, like I said, represents the syllable. Now on this side, we have the onset that's followed by a consonant sound. And on the other side, we have the rhyme that it's branched into 2 different elements. One, it's the nucleus or the peak, that it's always going to be a vowel sound, and as its name says, is the nucleus of the syllable. Therefore, also the most important element. And finally, we have the coda, which includes all the consonants that might be present after the nucleus. This representation, this diagram, is also known as a tree diagram, like un árbol. So also we can mention that the peak or the nucleus, it's an obligatory feature in all languages, but in English we have the case that the onset of the coda are optional, so they may or may not be present in the syllable. Now we have the word cut. And in this case, this word will be something like this, right? Because we have an onset, which is the k. We have the vowel sound, which in this case is the k. And finally, we have a coda that is the t. That's so in this case, we have a CBC word of one syllable or monosyllable, right? In this little tree diagram. If you have any questions, just interrupt me at any moment. It's okay. Now, we are going to talk again about open and closed syllables. Can maybe Camila Gonzalez? Are you there, Camila? No, she's not, I think. Emeline Zúñiga, are you there? Kelly Valdez?
I'm here.
Great. Can you please read the first and only paragraph that is there, please?
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Open or closed. Syllables ending in a vowel, as in sia.
The pronunciation is between brackets next to each word.
C or I are called open syllables, whereas those ending in a consonant, cat, eat, are traditional, known are closed syllables.
Thank you very much. So, like Kelly mentioned, we have two options, open or closed syllables. Open ones are syllables that end in a vowel sound. Like in this case, me is a monosyllable that ends in a vowel sound. In this case, this long E. I. That's pronounced as me. So it's an open one. On this side, however, we have the closed syllables that end in a consonant. This word is very similar to the previous one. The only difference is that at the end here we have a T, and the word is pronounced as meat, and is a closed one because we do have a final consonant sound or a coda. That's the same because the E will be the nucleus and this will be the coda. So it's a CBC and it's a closed one. Do you all understand this? Because we're going to have a exercise after this. So is it clear? Yes, no, maybe. Well, if it's not clear, I can explain this again later. Now we have this slide that says light or heavy, and I would like Maria Suarez. I don't know which one is your second name. I'm sorry. Are you there? I don't think she is. Marieta, are you there? Pia? Sapka? No? What happened to the girls?
Hello.
Hello, Sapka. Can you please help me with this slide? Please, the first part, this one.
I have to read.
Yes, please. Can you read this part which I just marked?
Light syllable. A short vowel has the nucleus. No coda. No branching rhyme.
Thank you very much. Well, this means that we also, well, first, we also have another a way to classify syllables, and the classification will be light or heavy. So if a syllable is light, it can have maybe a short vowel as its nucleus. It can have no coda or no branching rhyme. What do we mean by this? For instance, if a syllable has a short vowel, but it has an ending that it's, for instance, CVCC, will not be light because that will be a branching rhyme. It will have two elements as its rhyme. And now, can you please read the heavy syllable, please? Savka?
Heavy syllable. A syllable with a long vowel. A branching nucleus or a branching rhyme.
Thank you very much. So we have that heavy syllables are syllables that, like you can see here with the little dots, have a long vowel sounds, and it's branching. It has branching, or maybe the nucleus in the case of diphthongs, because diphthongs are long syllables, or in its rhyme, like the example I already gave you. If this is not it's a little bit complicated for you, it's not that really, and we are going to do an exercise now, and you are going to see that more in depth. So we have these 7 words, and I am going to do the first one with you, so you know what you have to do next. For this exercise, you are going to have a couple of minutes, and after that, I am going to ask you whether it is an open or a closed syllable, or if it's light or heavy, and also the formula or the structure of each syllable. All of these words are one-syllable words, therefore monosyllables. The first one, it's very simple because it only has one diphthong, and it's just a vowel, right? If it's open or closed, I have to ask myself, does it have a coda? If the answer is not, then it's an open syllable. I don't have the. It's an open syllable. And then, is it light or heavy? In this case, it is considered a long sound, a long vowel, because it is a diphthong, so it is heavy. So that was the first one. Do you understand what you have to do? Is it clear?
Sorry, the formula
Yeah.
part I didn't catch it because I didn't hear it right.
Okay. I am going to do the second one just in the formula part for you to understand. So the formula refers to the structure of a syllable. In the case of the first one, we don't have an onset because we don't have anything before the vowel sound, and then we have the vowel sound or the nucleus, which is a vowel, so that's why we have a B, and we don't have anything after the vowel sound. So we don't have a coda in this case. In the case of the second one, however, we start with a vowel. So it will be B. Then we have something after the vowel sound, which is the nucleus, which is an S. So that's a consonant sound. So we have the C. And finally, we have the K sound, right? So that it will be another C.
So it's the structure of the
Is
syllable?
the structure of the syllable, yes.
Okay.
So I am going to give you 5 minutes to do this. I was thinking about giving you 10, but it's not that complicated if you remember the previous information. So if you have any questions, please ask. Are you ready to check? Or do you need 1 more minute? In that case, 1 more minute. 3, 2, 1. So let's start with the revision of this task. Who was the person who asked the question of the formula or the syllable structure?
It was me.
It was you, Ignacio. So can you tell me if it was open or closed, or light or heavy?
It's opened. No, it's closed.
So you think is closed and
light.
And light. Do you all agree with what Ignacio just said?
Yes.
Yes.
So you agree that it was closed and it was light, right? Okay. Next one. Number 3. Do we have a volunteer, or should I call someone from the list of attendees?
I can do it.
Go ahead, please. Which
So,
one is the
flight.
Yes,
The
that's the word.
formula is consonant, consonant, vowel. Vowel.
Consonant, consonant, vowel.
Vowel, yes.
Perfect. Is it open or closed?
Open. Definitely open.
Open. And is it light or heavy?
Heavy, because it ends in a diphthong. It's no existing diphthong, so that makes it heavy.
It has a diphthong, and a diphthong was a long sound, right?
Right, yes, it's a long sound.
And can you help me a little bit with this one? Because this is also a long sound, because this is a long vowel. So is it light or heavy?
It is a long vowel, but it's when you say it like ask, it sounds shorter. Like it's not really a diphthong longer like a fly.
No, but it is a vowel sound that it's long. It is a long vowel sound. Therefore, it should be heavy. Just because it is a long vowel. So I am going to change this one before I forget. Thank you very much for your help.
Okay.
Next one, number 4. Nicolás Duran. Are you there, Nicolás? Omar Fernández. No, it's not there, Omar. Roberta Contreras. I think she arrived late. I'm not sure if she knows the answer. Diego Troncoso.
I'm here.
Can you help me, please, with this one?
I think that the formula is consonant, consonant, vowel, consonant.
Consonant, consonant, vowel, consonant. Okay. Is it open or is it closed?
Closed.
Closed. And is it light or is it heavy?
I think it's heavy.
Heavy. It is because this is U, it's just like the one in ask. It's a long U. Next one, Diego Farias. Are you there, Diego? Or are you not?
Yes, I'm here.
Great. Can you help me with this one, please?
In fluid or plant?
Flute, it's already done. So number 5, please.
Okay. It's consonant,
Okay.
consonant, vowel, consonant, and consonant.
Consonant and consonant. Perfect. Is it open or closed?
Is closed.
Because it has a coda, right? And is it light or heavy?
I think is heavy.
It's heavy because of its vowel. And also remember that whenever we have heavy vowels are because, for instance, its coda has branches. Why do we mean by branches? It's that it has more than one sound for the coda. In this case, plant has 2. We have the and the t. Thank you very much, Diego. Gaspar Aravena,
I'm here.
you're here in the lesson. Great. Can you help me with number 6, please?
Oh, let's see. The word crafts, the formula could be coda.
Excuse me?
Could be coda.
It has a coda, yes. But
Yes, coda.
can you tell me the structure, like with mentioning how many consonant sounds it has or how many vowels? I mean, how many consonants?
These words have coda, vowel. Coda, vowel.
The C, it stands for consonant.
Yeah, it's consonant.
Yes, so it's consonant. And
Consonant.
Then, okay.
Vowel could be.
Yes, a vowel.
Vowel. And consonant because the letter S.
And how many consonants at the end after the vowel? This is a vowel, right?
Yes.
Yeah. How many consonants do we have? Consonant sounds.
This word have 3 consonants.
3 consonants. Perfect.
Yes.
That's perfect. Is it open or is it closed?
It's closed.
It's closed.
Closed.
Perfect. And is it light or is it heavy?
It's heavy. Heavy.
Heavy. Great. And the last one. Anyone wants to help me with that one? The last one? That may look a little bit tricky, but it's not that complicated.
Light. It's a light word, I think.
A light one?
Yes. Sorry, I thought there wasn't some more to it. Yes, strength. Strength of its formula. It's consonant, 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 vowel, consonant, 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 consonant.
It has 3 and 3, right? Oh, I think oh no, it's okay. 1, 2, 3. There you go. Is it open or is it closed?
Definitely close.
Closed, definitely, because it has a lot of elements before the nucleus. And is it light or is it open?
Light.
Light. Now, I noticed something where I think it was with number 2, and I want to say something. In order to have a light syllable, maybe one element may be present and the other not, but it will be a light syllable as well or a heavy syllable as well. What do I mean by this? For instance, in the case of this one that has a vowel sound that is a short one. I don't know if I can. It's going to take me a while, but bear with me. There, it's looking awful, but it doesn't matter because it's the intention what it counts. How can I do this? Can you understand this? I swear I did my best. This is an R, and this is the vowel. I insist. I'm sorry that it looks so hideous. But here it is. Here's our word that it was strengths, right? In this case, we have a vowel that is a short vowel. So you may think that, oh, because it has a short vowel, as its nucleus, it is a light vowel, right? But we also have in here some elements after the nucleus that don't align with this part of the description that says not branching rhyme. Do you remember that the syllable, it was like this, it has its onset and the rhyme, right? And the rhyme was divided into two parts as well. Here's the onset. Here I am going to write a P for the nucleus and the C, I'm going to add an O for the coda. In this case, the peak or the nucleus was the vowel sound that's an E. And for the coda, we have a branching coda because it is divided into three. Branches, if you don't know that word, for instance, trees have branches. Branches are ramas. So in this case, we have three different ones. There are three consonants. One is the ng, the th, and the s at the end. So this by itself, it's a branching rhyme because it has elements that are divided. So with the description that we have there, that it has a short vowel as its nucleus to be a light vowel, to be a light syllable, we do have that category. We meet the category, but it also says that it has to have no coda, like in a CP syllable, or no branching rhyme. And in this case, we do have a branching rhyme. Do you understand this? And why it is a heavy one? Because even though it has, it doesn't have a long vowel, it does have a branching rhyme in this case, because it has three different elements in the coda. Do you understand better with the example? Yes or no? That was the answer. They were all heavy because in the first one, for instance, it is a long sound. Second one, also a long sound, and we also have a branching coda. Here it is heavy because it's also a long sound, a long sound, a long sound, and branching coda, a long sound and branching coda. And this is a short vowel sound, but we have a branching coda. So that's why they are all heavy. Do you understand?
Yes, miss.
Great, thank you very much. So now we are going to move on to lexical stress, which is something you have all been studying for this module, but we are going to see this information again because it's good to remember some aspects of it. And we have that English is a lexical stress language, and stress as a sound phenomenon can be studied from 2 points of view: production and perception. The production of stress syllables is said to imply a greater muscular energy than the production of unstressed syllables. From the perceptive point of view, stressed syllables are prominent, and prominence is the sum of different factors such as loudness, length, pitch, and quality. We already studied the factors of prominence, and this slide basically says that stress can be perceived from 2 points of view: production and perception. And when a syllable is produced with more muscular effort, with energy, that syllable is probably going to be stressed because it's going to be more prominent than a one that it's not produced with the same muscular effort, and therefore that syllable probably is going to be unstressed. Next one, we have that there are 3 possibilities of stress. And as you also already know, we have the primary stress, that it's the one that it's going to be more prominent in the syllable, and that will have a raiseful tone. You're going to see tone later on, by the way. We also have a secondary stress, that it's weaker than the primary stress, but it's going to be stronger than the syllables that are not stressed or unstressed syllables. And we also have sometimes a double stress or an even stress, that are words that are pronounced with the same muscular effort than in both syllables. So that's something we have already been working on, and I also know that you have been doing some exercise regarding stress. And there's another important aspect related to stress. There are called weak forms, which are words that can be pronounced in 2 different ways, but you're going to see that later on. Now, we are going to do the last exercise before we go to the break. And for this exercise, you have 10 minutes. And it consists of finding the stress in these given words, which are 5. And you have to create a sentence using this given word. The words are right here. And like it says, you have to tell me where is the stress located, and also give me a sentence to put the word in context. Like I already said, you have 10 minutes to do this. I recommend you to use an online dictionary if you have problems identifying where the stress is. And there's also there are lots of materials on the LMS, if I'm not mistaken. And you have already covered certain theory regarding the rules that some words have in terms of where to place the stress. So you may start working now if you don't have any questions. Are you all clear regarding what you have to do? It's okay if by the time I mean, by the time if you run out of time and you haven't complete 5 of those words, it's okay if you only have 2, 3, 4, and you can share your screen if you're going to do this on a computer or in your cell phone, or you can just read the examples and where do you think the stress is located. So, off your work. I am going to be here if you have any questions. As it's 9:25:26, we are going to check your answers, your sentences, because you are supposed to have a break at 9:30, right? So, do we have a volunteer to read at least one of your sentences and to tell me where the stress is located? The primary stress?
Can I do the alligator?
The alligator? Go ahead.
Okay, so the sentence was that alligator in the zoo was scary, and the stress is in the first syllable.
Here, right?
Yes.
Great, that's correct. Thank you very much for that
No
sentence.
problem.
The sentence is also correct. Can you repeat the sentence again, please? The
That
alligator.
alligator in the zoo was scary.
So that alligator or alligator in the zoo was scary. As you say that, it was a specific alligator that was scary, right?
Yes.
Not just any alligator. The next one, do we have a volunteer?
I can do it, miss.
Go ahead, Diego.
The sentence is asymmetry in buildings looks horrible.
Okay.
And the stress is in the second syllable.
So this one is your second syllable, right?
I can see it.
Oh, you
Yes.
cannot? Yes? Ah,
Yes.
great.
Now I can
So,
see.
do you think, is that your sentence, like based on your opinion? That do you think asymmetry in buildings looks horrible?
Yes.
Yes, I kind of like asymmetry. Have you played The Sims?
Yes, but I become nervous with the asymmetry sometimes.
Yeah, that's why I was going to mention in The Sims. If you put something like a little bit more to one side than the other, everything looks horrible. So
Yes.
asymmetry in The Sims is very important. Thank you very much.
Thank you too.
Next one. Can somebody help me with number 3 or dot number 3? Or maybe number 4 or number 5. It's okay if you.
I have one with number 4.
Number 4. Go ahead, please.
Ricardo Arjona's songs give me melancholy.
Same. And where is the stress located?
In the first one, I think.
In the first syllable. Perfect. I also think the same. Some of his songs are very sad. Thank you very much. Bastian, right? Yes, I think he was there.
Yes, you're welcome.
Thank you. And do we have a volunteer for the final 2 ones? The last ones, not the final 2 ones, the last ones for kaleidoscope or subterranean. Adeli? Are you there? Adeli or Adeli? I don't know how you pronounce your name. It's okay if you cannot speak, by the way. Héctor Espinosa?
Yes.
Do you have an example with the ones that we have not done yet, or if you want to say one with the ones we have already seen, so it's also okay?
No, sorry.
It's okay, don't worry.
Miss,
Yes?
I can with kaleidoscope, but
Go
I
ahead.
don't know if it's correct.
It's okay, we can correct the sentence together.
Okay, he's a kaleidoscope of colorful on a stage.
He is a kaleidoscope of colors in stage. Do you mean that the
Colorful.
pairs? He's a kaleidoscope of
Colorful on a stage.
on stage. Are you referring to a singer? by the
Yes, but I prefer use he.
So where is the stress located in the word kaleidoscope?
I think in the last.
Like here?
Kaleidoscope, I think, but I don't know if it's correct.
It's okay. Because of the because we are running out of time, I am going to show you this. So this was a phonetic transcription of the words of the given words. Here in the word kaleidoscope, the stress was on the second syllable, lay. And in the sentences, maybe saying something like he looked like a kaleidoscope full of colors, or a kaleidoscope of colors, because a kaleidoscope is something that it's full of colors, right? As a sentence, I wrote the street was a kaleidoscope of colors, smells, and sounds, by the way, in that example. And in the last one, we have a primary stress in this syllable and a secondary stress in the first one, subterranean. And the sentence I create was, there is a subterranean river under the city. Like there was a river that was flowing. I think it's the verb for rivers. Rivers flow, right? Under the city. So that was the first part of the lesson. And now, teacher Bruno, I don't know if it's correct to give them the break or not. I think it is. It's time for a break.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, yeah, they all deserve it, right?
Yes, definitely. So thank you very much for your help. You were great today. So now let's go to a 10-minute break. Isn't that correct?
Yes, that's correct, Miss.
So see you after these 10 minutes.
Okay, Miss.
See you later.
See
See you later.
See you. Bye.